She dated the Asshats, but married the good guy. I find this to be hysterical because you dated Asshats and you married the good guy.
I did, yeah. I mean, it's funny because it kind of dovetails with a little
really
bit with
does,
what
a
we're
lot.
talking about now, which is, I think what happens in our culture now is things happen so quickly that we don't necessarily know what we're looking for when we go out dating, especially young women post-feminism feel like they shouldn't care about long-term relationships or anything that would be monogamous or permanent when they're in their 20s. It almost seems like it's anti-feminism. And if you come from a somewhat chaotic background, for me, my childhood was pretty chaotic with divorces and things like that. So
Right, didn't you say your mom had four
she
of
was
them?
married four times before I was 13.
times.
Wow.
So what happened to me is every time I would walk into a bar, my vagina would say, that guy looks inconsistent and unreliable. I want him. I'm really attracted to that guy, you know,
Wow.
because they tend to be,
Your vagina talks.
my vagina would
Your
elbow
vagina
me.
was talking
That
to
could
the
be a
wrong
whole
guy.
chapter.
And my vagina
The
got
wrong
me.
guy.
My vagina got me involved with two long-term relationships with very charismatic, sexy guys, right? But then once you get past that, now you're in this relationship with someone you can't count on or trust. So my book is really just the path I took to walk through that and to be attracted to a stable, loving, kind person and not be bored. Because I think a lot of young women are bored by that. And what's so funny is now that I've been married 16 years to my husband, we just got published in O Magazine because we do these fun dates where we pretend we're other people and we shake things up a little bit. But I feel when you love and trust someone, you can be more more edgy, more bold.
Well, you said
because
you guys-
you know that you can count
You
on
guys
that
go to the
person.
bar and then you're other people and then you meet up in the van and just go like
It doesn't
minivan-
happen every day.
minivan sex.
Once a year
Yeah.
is a good
See,
for us
I
to
knew
do
I
that.
shouldn't have given up that minivan.
Don't
but-
give it up.
So,
Mostly my book is really for young women who find themselves dating the same guy in a different body, right?
Yeah.
The same dangerous, unpredictable guy. And they finally get burned out. They start heading into the 30s and thinking, I want a family and kids. Why am I still dating these same types of people? And that explains why and sort of helps you figure out how to change the way you operate.
I'm curious through your research.
Yes.
Who do those men end up finding if they're sort of like difficult people?
Yeah.
Are they just serial daters? Because again, I have a lot of friends who are with those guys, and I think, is it them or is it the guy?
You know, sometimes it's timing. Sometimes those guys grow out of whatever that is and they decide they want to settle down and have a family. But I think there are a lot of unhappy marriages out there.
Very much
and
so,
it's not just gender specific. I mean, there are plenty of women who fall in the asshat category. And I like to really, asshat's a nice word, or not a nice word, for narcissist. I mean, it's the kind of person who takes and drains your jets. You spend all your time auditioning for wife, you know, trying to convince, people pleasing, offering sex when what you want is love in order to get your needs met, but you never get your needs met.
That is so true. And we all have friends and lovers like that
Yeah.
where they just take and you just want to be accepted. And we all know that it will never go anywhere.
Plus,
And
those guys don't want to leave you because they are getting their intimacy needs met, but they still want to play around. So that's why they keep coming back. You finally break up with them, you get strong, they smell it, they come back.
Well, it's really about empowering women
It is.
to really not be that person.
Yes.
And I see the change every day. I see women, younger women, not doing that anymore.
You know what? And with what's going on in the media, the constant sexual objectification of women, I feel like my daughters are finally onto that shit. Excuse my,
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That because we now have done so much research about what it does, not just to women but to men, and the younger generation savvy in a way that the Gen X really wasn't.
we really did accept a lot. And I'm not one of these people to, I'm not a bra-burning liberal like that, but I am absolutely in favor of women's rights across the
Yes.
board.
Yeah.
Just in doing a podcast and how different it is from being a newscaster, right? You're allowed to have your personality out, whatever that might be. And if it got me to thinking, there's hardly even any late night people that are women. There's one or two, and we just frankly accept all the people that are out there, the men that are out there that are comedians and doing their work.
Right.
But even in an example, the ceiling hasn't even been broken
Right.
yet, the glass
And there's
ceiling.
a lot of suppression of women. I mean, I think this whole healthcare
It's ongoing.
issue.
Oh, there's no doubt
is
about
just
it.
another piece to that. Like, these are our reproductive rights.
Yeah.
There's so many issues.
Listen,
that,
even as a mother, the idea that a woman cannot make a choice about whether or not to stay pregnant, You have a lot of women out there that have serious issues. Maybe they're drug addicts. Maybe they're in sexually or emotionally abusive relationships. And the child now binds them permanently to their abuser. Not only that, as a parent of small children, you know from that 0 to 3 that their brain is growing, tripling in size. And if they're in a violent, volatile situation, it changes the way their brain grows.
Yeah, and your book is available.
Also on Amazon, yes.
And she dated the Asshats, but married the good guy on Amazon. Sheology. Thanks for being here, everybody. I actually think it was
Thanks
kind
for
of
having us.
really a fun day. I really enjoyed having you both in here. So thanks again, and come back.
Thanks for
We'll have
having
you back.
us,
This time I'm going
Deborah.
to step away and just have you talk to John. I can't. You could see how bashful he was. Just mention the V word. He's like, what? No.